Number 1. Go to Special. With Go to Special, you get to quickly identify cells of a specific type. So for example, let us say when you click, quickly see the cells that have constants and the ones that have formulas. Now, we can go to Home, find and select Go to Special. And we also get shortcuts to some of the functionalities of Go to Special. So let us say I want to highlight these cells that have constants. And I immediately notice that sales, check, average, total sales for number orders, matching orders, count, and loss are not selected. This is probably because they have formulas. Now, if I go back to Find and Select, click on Formulas, these cells are selected. Now, there's a shortcut key to do this. It's Ctrl plus G, and we can click Special, and you have more options to select. It could be blanks, current rigid, current array, and even conditional formats. Number 2. Automatic Subtotals. Automatic Subtotals is a quick way to summarize data in a list. So here, I have a status and sales. And let's say I want to add a subtotals every time a count changes. Before I use that functionally though, I have to make sure that the column I want to add to subtotals is sorted, so everything is grouped together. Let's quickly do that. I'm just going to right mouse click, sort A to Z. Okay, now that I have everything grouped together, let's go to Data tab and click Subtotals. So first question, where do we want the subtotals to be added? I'm going to choose at each change in status. So what function should I use? So I'm going to choose sum to be able to add the sales column. But I have other options as well. I could count, average, max, min, and so on. I will stick to sum. So, which column do I want to get the sum of? Well, obviously I'm going to choose sales. If I have existing subtotals in there, I can replace the current ones. I can also add page break between groups, so if I wanted to print this out on a separate pages, I can place a check mark here. Also I can also leave summary below data and click OK. Let's take a look at this. Everything was subtotal, so the row was automatically added with the correct function. So on the bottom here, I get a grand total as well. So if you want to remove the subtotals, you can click Subtotals and remove all. Number 3. Number formatting shortcuts. Because accountants deal with numbers frequently, it's beneficial to memorize a few formatting shortcuts. So for example, I have a list of transaction dates here, but they are shown in integer values. It is because they have the general format. Now, I can always go here and change the formatting into short date or in a long date. But I can use the shortcut K to do this. So let's select Arrange with Ctrl Shift down, press it again down, recover the range, and use the shortcut K, Ctrl Shift pound. As we can observe, they have different date formats. So we need to use Ctrl plus 1 to bring up the format cells dialog box. So Ctrl plus 1, and it is already in the format in custom number and custom. So we have a lot of options to choose. So I'm going to select this kind of date format and click OK. So as we can see, it is finally correct and have the same format. Number 4. Formula auditing. Formula auditing allows you to graphically display the relationship between formulas and cells. So for example, there's a function here and I'd like to easily identify which cells have an effect on it. So I can go to Formula tab and click on Trace Precedence. So I can quickly see these two cells are impacting in L7. So to remove these arrows, click on Remove Arrows. Now, Trace Dependence, on the other hand, shows you which cells are dependent on the existing cell. So here in L7, I have a value that inputs directly. So when I click on Trace Dependence, it shows me that this cell, this and this, as well as this, are dependent on the value in L7. So again, to remove this arrow, click on Remove Arrows.